All right, we're recording. We got 7.41 and the biggest change. Facets removed from the game. Okay, let's browse through the rest of it. I don't know if we'll actually upload this or not. So abilities that improve with hero level have base value and increment value. Some also have amounts of levels required for increment. Abilities that improve each level provide that increment value at level 1. What the hell does that mean? What's somebody who has like an innate that scales?
I come, the venomous one. I'm well-oiled.
Just none of them scale anymore, or like what? How does this work?
When all hope is gone, I remain.
Who is what? The drow, maybe?
Death comes silently.
Or... Oh, okay, no, this one used to.
Into the dragons.
50%, 51 minus 1% per level. Huh? Oh, yeah, it's inverse scaling, right. What would be someone else?
By the honor of the ancients.
2.5 plus 0.5 per level. So it's still there. They're still scaling, it's just not tied to an ability. Added UI icon that shows you which parameters increase with hero level and what is the current value. Pressing Alt will show base value and increment of the ability. Some non-innate ability might have this per level UI as well. I don't really understand what they're talking about here. Abilities that had per level upscaling change to be per level. This mostly affects heroes. Heroes reworked in 7.40 and Largo. Flagbearer creep experience bounty increased to 60. First siege creep timing decreased from 35 to 30. Oh, so you're getting siege creeps, extra siege creeps earlier, and then this is at 60. All right, interesting. Adjusted the meeting point of the lane creeps toward the off lane. Now off lane creeps are slightly slowed upon leaving the base for a couple of seconds. Safe lane creeps are slightly accelerated upon leaving the base for a couple of seconds. Both of these changes are effective until the 7:30 mark. So I guess you won't have to go behind their tower and block the creeps anymore. All sections of current now give a max move speed bonus of 150. Previously was only provided by sections of on the base and near it, while other sections provided max bonus of 100. Oh, weird, I didn't know that. Tormentor spawn preference has switched, now begins at the bottom. So wait, is it always Roche and Tormentor are on the same side, or did they flip Roche? What was the point of that? They just flipped Roche and Torm. Why? Roche starts top and Tormentor starts bottom. What's the... Why? That just makes everybody relearn it. That doesn't do anything. They made... Regen decreased. Okay, so they have the regen. They did 50% more barrier, more than 50% more barrier upgrade, but they have the regen. And the regen upgrades less often, so it's easier to solo? Right? Reduce the damage, now increases by 2. It has 25% status resistance, that's annoying. Players that got Agshard will no longer receive 175 gold. Reward if all players have Agshard decreased from 455 to 415. That's irrelevant. Weird. Wisdom Shrines and Lotus Pools now reverse their countdowns if heroes from opposing teams enter the area instead of pausing the cooldown. Oh, so you decap it. So that also means that you can't... Wait, can you snipe the cap still, or no? Like if I start it and I get it to like 80% and then I walk out and you walk in, does it decapture and then they have to capture it fully? Or do you only decapture it if you're both in there at the same time? Change from 280 per interval to 200 base and 300 per subsequent shrine. 200, 500, 800. I don't really know what that means. Tormentor spawns have been positioned closer to Lotus pools. Tormentor spawns have been reduced to low ground relative to length level. Oh, we're just gonna have to like look at the map, dude. Look at this shit. Okay. Detailing mechanics of reflected damage. Units with free movement now can miss their attacks when attacking uphill targets. Batrider during Firefly, DK. Oh, weird. That's very weird. Items in all shop categories except for consumables have been rearranged to accommodate new items. Consumables now include confused raindrops. Infused raindrops. Chasm stone. Hey, this is an item in Nest of Thorns. New miscellaneous item. Area of effect. Okay. Shawl. Look how cheap that is for 10% magic resistance. That's kind of crazy. Reset cooldowns no longer refreshes items. Oh, okay, cool. I bet that does that to refresher orb as well, right? Does it? Does it? Yep, no longer refreshes items. Rip refresher orb BKB. That's weird. Item moved back to secret shop from miscellaneous shop. Oh god, dude, this patch is huge. Oh no. Do you guys get excited when there's a giant patch like this? Yeah, I don't like it either. I really wish they wouldn't do this. I wish they would take like 1/4 of this patch. Like just do all this shit at the top. Leave the items alone. And then next patch, do all the items. And then next patch, do all the heroes. Or don't even do all the heroes at once. Just do all the strength heroes and then all the agi heroes. Like I don't know why they have to completely remake the game every number patch. Like what is their obsession with this shit? All damage barrier unconsecrated wraps. All right. If the wearer reached max amount of stacks at least once in a game, regaining a stack provides a non-stacking buff that increases move speed by 20%. What the fuck is this? Why? Nobody wants to keep track of that. Oh, how did he outrun me? Oh, well, you see, 5 minutes ago, he tanked Roche for 30 seconds. So now he gets 20% movement speed. Okay, cool. Can't gain stacks for 3 seconds after taking damage from Roche or player-controlled sources. You can't gain stacks after taking damage. Oh, is this like the shield is up and then you can't gain more stacks? Because it says right here, rare takes damage from player-controlled unit or Roshan. Gain a stack every 3 seconds up to max 3 stacks. So, okay, gain it. All right. So you buy the item, you gain a stack after 3 seconds, and then at 9 seconds you have max stacks, right? Then the first time you take damage from a hero or Roche, you get a little barrier. and then the stacks are disabled when you take damage. What the fuck, dude? Okay, next item. Rite of Remusk. Wearer enters ghost form for 4 seconds, becoming immune to physical damage, but is unable to attack and 30% more vulnerable. So this is Ghost Scepter. Steals 5% move speed from enemy heroes at a 900 radius every second. Move speed steal lasts 1.5 seconds. Bonuses stack and have duration refreshed on gaining new stacks. How would I gain stacks if this steal only lasts 1.5 seconds? Stealing debuff that provides new stacks. What? %75% health restoration reduction when you activate it. All of the lost health restoration is redirected to the wearer every second. This item is insane. I mean, it's a Ghost Scepter and a Soul Booster. Okay, so it just upgrades off Ghost Scepter, I see. That's super cool. Earn Chain Wizard Hat Recipe. How is this different than Vessel? Provides true sight and shares their vision with the wearer's team. Both effects last 8 seconds. Can be cast on the ground to put a dormant effect that will latch. Can be cast on the ground to put a dormant effect that will latch to the first enemy hero that comes within range from it. So it's a ward? It's a fucking latching sentry that's also a vessel. Works great on Lena. What, Krella's how do you know? Have you already played a game? Oh, Jesus. This came out like 5 minutes ago. How? Effect waits for 5 seconds, 15 seconds. Waits for 15 seconds and provide 400. What does that mean? Waits for 15 seconds. Provides 400 vision. So what? Like it latches on and then 15 seconds later I get vision of them? So wait, did they remove Vessel or not? Wait, you can buy a Spirit Vessel and this other thing? What the hell? So it's like a supporty item. You heal people and make wards. And it's a 10-second cooldown. So it's like an anti-invis item. So fuck invis, I guess. Morphling with 5 hearts is meta now. Hero model size now scales on his agi strength ratio. Removed accumulation ability. New innate ability passes strength and agi, provides more with additional bonuses. His cast range and slow resistance are increased by a portion of his strength. His attack range and move speed are increased by a portion of his agility. These bonuses are provided even while replicating, except for the extra attack range, which is not provided when replicating a melee unit. Strength to cast range 20%, strength to slow resistance 20%, agility. Okay. Oh, okay, got it. Did they change heart in some way? Oh man. Okay. Oh, they added specialist array back in. Oh, gosh, it's a little farming item for range dudes. That's cool. I'm just gonna see how big he gets. No Wraith Pack though, Sag. Yeah, great. Attacks poison the target for 3 seconds, dealing magic damage equal to 2.5 of the target's max health every second, so 7.5%. If the debuff is reapplied, the duration is refreshed, can't be applied by illusions or to Rashawn. Oh, so this is just a percent damage on right click. Jesus, alright. So anti-tank item. Passive polycephaly? Polycephaly? Oh, this is upgrades off specialist array? Okay. It's an anti-tank ranged farming item. That's crazy. Okay, this is the shield one. This is Ghost Scepter on crack. This is supporty healy vessel farming item, anti-tank farming item. Okay, arcane boots, recipe change, and also requires a wizard hat. Also requires a wizard hat. Recipe cost decreased, total cost increased. Now also provides mana. Okay. Okay, they just did the same thing. Except the mana regen went down. Wait, so does this... So they both just do... one... Hold on. Basilius Aura 1 mana regen per allies. Guardian Aura 1.5 to allies. But then it has 1 base on it. Okay. Perseverance instead of Cornucopia. Okay, so we're just back to that. They just literally just made the Battle Fury the same thing that it was before. What was the point of that? This is what the item used to be, more or less. Like, what the fuck? Okay, BKB caps out at 7 seconds instead of 6 seconds. That's interesting. Blade Mail requires Splint Mail instead of Chain Mail. Recipe cost reduced, so the buildup is shittier. The buildup on Blade Mail is really bad. And it's more expensive, so no one's buying Blade Mail. Armor bonus decreased. Why? Rescaled from 70 for all units to 70 on melee heroes and buildings and 45 on ranged heroes. And it does less. So less armor, less block, less percent block. So Blade Mail nerf, Crimson Guard nerf, Guarding Greed nerf, Arcane Boot nerf, cool. No longer provides spell life steal, all attributes decreased. Now also provides health, mana, and cast range. Cast range bonus does not stack with Aether Lens or multiple Dagons. Why would I ever buy it? Effective cast range with items built in cast range bonus decreased from 700, so 8. So it's lower cast range now. 900 down to 820. All right. Energy burst no longer instantly kills creeps. No longer heals for 70. Okay. Wow. So this item's dead. Dragon Lance nerf. Hurricane Pike nerf. Push nerf. Range nerf. Drum now requires headdress and robe of the Magi. What the fuck? Well, it doesn't say it does that. It says it does Belt of Strength. Oh, requires headdress instead of robe of the Magi. Recipe cost increase, total cost unchanged, no longer provides 7 int, now gives more strength, now gives regen, endurance shower cooldown with boots of bearing. Well, I didn't know it didn't do that. Swiftness, or so does boots still require this thing? So yeah, this gets 18 regen now. Eternal Shroud removed, E-Blade can't be disassembled, weird. Now also requires Chasm Stone. I mean, that makes sense. This was giving you AoE out of nowhere. He's not as big as I'd hoped. Oh, poor Morphling enjoyers. I wanted him to rival Rashawn. If they just gave us Dagon as an alternative form of cast range, but weaker than I like it, I guess. It was always kind of cringe that Lens was the only way. But if I understand that wrong, never mind. You get either or. It's either Aether Lens or Dagon, which I think is dumb. Because no one was buying Dagon except for Nyx anyway. Glimmer Cape now requires shawl instead of cloak. Recipe cost increased, total cost unchanged. So the buildup is better, but you won't have the good magic resistance until you finish it. I guess that's kind of a buff. Transmute no longer prevents camp clearing madstone bundles from spawning if it was used on the last creep in neutral camp. Did it do that before? Getting guaranteed madstone bundle from transmute used to prevent the camp clearing bundle from spawning. Oh, okay, didn't know that. Draw forth can now target trees and will pull the caster to it, destroying all trees on the way. Hey, that's cool. Now everyone can be Kez. Next, you'd buy both. Saves me gold. I guess so, yeah. Heaven's Halberd, what did they do? Now requires Talisman, Splint Mail, Ring of Health, Recipe, total cost 3,400. Used to require Vanguard Crown Recipe. So it's 800 gold more expensive, can't be disassembled, doesn't give health, now gives armor and evasion, no longer has damage block passive, disarm cooldown decreased, cast range increased, disarm duration increased. Okay, is anyone buying Halberd, guys? I mean, are they gonna buy it now? Now that you, I mean, you can still just dispel the disarm. Dispellable strong dispels only, right? So you can still just use BKB on it. Or no, you can't. Does it not say that? So, am I crazy? This says strong dispels only. Didn't BKB counter have a Talbert before? Because it like didn't. It was strong dispel only, but it also didn't pierce. It didn't pierce BKB, right? Kaya Sanj 5040 also modifies incoming healing as a result of health restoration changes. So mana regen on all these are low, can no longer disassemble Lotus Orb. It wouldn't dispel, but it didn't go through, or maybe it did dispel. I think that's how I'm thinking of it too, Cake. It didn't dispel, but then it didn't matter because you were magic immune, right? Mage Slayer now requires perseverance instead of cornucopia. Blades of attack instead of glove of haste. Total cost increased. Change is bigger due to cloak cost increase. No longer provides attack speed. Health regen increase. Mana regen increase. Damage increase. Magical to physical. Damage per second increase to 40. Okay. Berserk now also grants 30% slow resistance for the duration. Berserk bonus move speed changed from plus 25 for all heroes to 8 or 12 for ranged melee. Berserk armor reduction decreased. Okay. Recipe. Who fucking cares about slow resistance, honestly? Recipe cost increased. Total cost unchanged due to chainmail cost decrease. Okay. Recipe cost increased. Now provides 50 attack range to melee heroes only. Cool. Damage bonus increased. Attack speed bonus increased. MKB buff. Nullifier. Recipe change. Now requires Splint Mail instead of Helm of Iron Will. Total cost decreased. No longer provides health regen. Alright. I guess that's kind of a nerf. Mana regen increase. Now requires... Did they just delete Cornucopia? They did, right? Why? Why? What was the... Why? Who decided they just hated Cornucopia? Recipe cost decreased. No longer provides regen. Damage bonus increased. Mana increased. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Bloodthorn only does 70 attack speed now instead of 95. Orb of Corrosion modifies incoming healing. Slow resistance is a sham. They want carries lanes to be harder because offlane is fucked right now. That's also why they made the creep changes pre 7.30. Well, they already changed the meeting location, right? Cold attack no longer has a separate value for incoming heal reduction. Still reduces. Health restoration reduction increased from 40 to 50%. I like how big it is and there's so little text on it. That's funny. Health restoration by 50%. Okay, cool. Wizard hat instead of energy booster. Recipe cost increased. Okay, that's a buff. Total cost decreased. That's a buff. Mana cost decreased. Nerf. Alright, I think the fact that you can get this more easily will be nice. I don't need the secret shop for a stupid Pavis. So that's pretty sweet. I like that a lot. Assuming it's pretty much the same thing here. Now requires chainmail instead of crown. So now it gives attributes instead of armor. Or less armor. Slight nerf, slight nerf, slight nerf. Barrier no longer affects units that have been affected by barrier within Pipe of Insight's cooldown. So it's like mech. Insight aura no longer provides regen. Okay. Burn toggling no longer breaks invis nor stops channels. That's funny that it did that. I didn't know that. Refresher, you can't do items, otherwise it's just number changes. Mana cost decrease, that's nice. Whatever, 1%, 5%. 5%. Slow resistance, no one cares. Status resistance, 16%. Slow resistance, no one cares. Shiva's Guard. Okay, Splint Mail. We're really forcing this. Chasm Stone instead of Veil of Discord. Okay. No longer provides 5 strength, agi, and int, or health regen. So what, it just gives armor and AoE? That's it? It doesn't give stats? More damage, less radius. No longer reduces health restoration and incoming heal amp by 25%. So this is purely a slow and an attack slow. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Pretty bad. Soul Release no longer has a separate value for incoming heal reduction. Still reduces incoming heals due to health restoration. Incoming heal reduction. So what did they just put incoming heal reduction on health restoration, right? Incoming heal amp now stacks diminishingly with health restoration instead of additively with outgoing heal amp. Spells that previously had a separate value for incoming heal reduction now only modify health restoration. Does anyone understand what the fuck this means? I have Scotty's Cold Attack, Soul Release, Omniance Guardian Angel with Ag Scepter, Pudge's Rot with Ag Scepter. As a result of the changes, spells that only modified health restoration will now additionally affect incoming heals. Okay, so they just clumped it into health restoration. Netanyahu must have played versus Shivas and told him to change it. That's funny. Break now also goes on cooldown when the item is disassembled. Reassembling the item will remember the time remaining. You can still backpack it, right? Armor, attributes, health regen. Now, wait. Oh, so now this is health, int, and spell lifesteal? Wait a minute. So Veil goes into Bloodstone, and Shiva's builds off of AoE? What the fucking shit? That also means Shiva's doesn't do amplified damage. It's just damage and slow. No longer provides mana regen, spell bonus to I can't read all this shit. No longer applies a dispel. Did you know Bloodstone did a dispel? I only learned that recently when I was playing Largo. Health, mana, int, spell, lifesteal. Increases spell lifesteal. Enemy units take increased magic or damage from spells. Okay. I don't see a reason to ever buy Shivas unless you really need a slow or flying vision. I mean, it is a shit ton of armor, and it is an attack slow. It's still doing that. It's just not also increasing your spells and also fucking their heals. But I feel like they should have made the item, like, way cheaper. It's 600 gold cheaper. I think it needs to be a lot cheaper. Also, who the fuck came up with a 27-second cooldown? Like, fuck off. Just do 30. Or 25. Recipe costs increased. Okay. Neutral items. Oh, God. Tier 1 availability changed from 5 minutes to 0. Madstone crafting cost increased by 1. Number of artifact choices increased from 4 to 5 for tiers 2 through 5. So tier 1, you pick from 4 things. And then tier 2, 3, 4, 5, you pick from 5 things. So you're always getting 4 new things. And you can start farming them at minute 1. That's kind of cool. Shield wall damage, barrier, yeah, whatever. So bigger shield, more slow. Who cares? Chip vest nerf. Probably not ever going to pick it anymore. Imbrue is not a word as far as I know. Increased attack damage by 25% for 25 for 8 seconds. Health cost 100. So you're going to take that on Wraith King or Chaos Knight, and that's it. Forager's Kit. When this item is off cooldown, the wearer can see trees that can be foraged. Standing next to one of those trees for 1 second will give the wearer one of the following items. Cooldown 60 second. Tree reveal radius 1200. All items except for bag of gold are placed in inventory if there are slots available and can stack up to 5 times per slot. Possible items. Ironwood nut. Passively provides 3 move speed. Grants 1 primary stat when consumed. 4 all stats for universal. What the point for all stats? What in the fuck is this? Tomacon ring cap. Provides 2 int. Can only be consumed, or can be consumed to instantly grant a target 50 plus 5% of their max mana. So this is royal jelly on crack plus trees. Vital toadstool provides 2 damage. Can be consumed to grant a target plus 1% max health regen for 10 seconds. If the unit is attacked by an enemy hero or Rashawn, the bonus is lost. Bag of gold provides 30 gold to the wearer. Don't need to be picked up. Yeah, I like how that's worded. So it's a fucking support item that gives you the smallest stats in the world, and you also get healing and mana. Cool. Also, yeah, the cooldown thing, you might be right, Kick. If you can give the buff to a teammate, games are going to be fucked. People are going to get reported for not giving an acorn to their carry. Yep. Yep. Well, it says grant a target. So you can consume the nut. You got to give someone the ring cap. And you can give someone the toadstool. And you get the gold for yourself. Like, what the All right. Oh, cool. Possessed Mask is back. Stone Feather Satchel. Transmogrify. Activate to switch the contents of the satchel between feathers or rocks. No mana cost, cooldown 6 seconds. Pound of Feathers. Increase move speed by 12 and distance of forced movement effects on yourself by 30 seconds. So you get force staffed 30% or 30%. You get force staffed 30% farther and bounced by clockwork shit. Pound of Rocks. Increases armor by 3 and decreases distance of forced movement effects by 30%. Oh, that's kind of a cool item. I like that. Loaded now also increases max base damage by 6. So it's not total trash anymore, because this gave on average 3 damage to Chaos Knight with the highest damage variance in the game. This item was terrible. Crippling went to tier 2 and got nerfed into the ground. Cool. Medallion of Courage, Active Valor, if cast on an ally. Oh, they brought this back. As a neutral item. Cast on enemy decrease by... So 7 for an ally and 4 for an enemy. Cannot be cast on self. That's crazy. Total damage decreased. Damage threshold increased. Seeds of Serenity are back. Place of 400 units on their friends. Increases health regen. Eat. Plus 20%. 25% of the caster's health regen. Cool. Okay. We like seeds. Whisper cycled out. Cloak of Flames is back. Beat the Crowd cooldown increased. Jitty Pollen Bag 50%. Holy shit, 50% on the Jitty Pollen Bag. Pardon me. Passive Brand increases spell damage against player-controlled units by 9%. Player-controlled units includes heroes and any creep summoned or converted by them. Gut 'em cooldown increased. Spell Slinger, passive salvo. Whenever you cast a spell, 20% of the spell's mana cost is restored over 10 seconds to create 2%. I don't care. Stormcrafter's back. Conjurer's Catalyst. Spell over. I can't read anymore, dude. I'm losing it. I can't keep up. I love patch day more than playing the game. I fucking hate patch day. Greedy is now a guaranteed option for all heroes on tiers 2 to 3. What? Support buff. Keen-Eyed is a guaranteed option for int heroes only. Nimble, Agi heroes only. Crude, strength only. Titanic, universal only. Dude, what? Timeless, guaranteed. Evolved, guaranteed. Fleet-footed, guaranteed. Wait. You're going to get to tier 5 and you're going to get to pick from one of these 3? Right? You have to pick one of these 3. And then something else that's your hero type. Wait. Guaranteed option for all heroes. So you get to tier 5, you're getting Timeless, Evolved, Fleet-footed, Vampiric, or one of these 4. Games are going to be dead for the next 2 weeks as all the tourists come back to test new shit and feed. Yeah, I know. We got to take advantage of it, right? Maybe that's what I should do. Every patch, what I do is I avoid playing until I feel like I understand the patch. And by the time I start playing ranked, they've changed everything. Maybe I should just fucking jump in and learn the hard way. You know? Well, let's read our favorite heroes and see what they did. Armor power now also allows Clockwork to consume chainmails to gain 4 armor per chainmail consumed. So he just has chainmail all the time. Clockwork can now move freely through the cogs, sinking them down while walking over them. Other units can also walk over sunken power cogs. What? Mana cost rescaled. Mana burn increased. Oh, they got rid of big cogs, dude. No more big cogs. It's time to play Clockwork again, so I don't have to feel bad about myself. "25% bonus armor to Clockwork while he's near cogs. No longer increases attack speed. Now increases rocket flare damage, vision, and slow duration by 35%. No longer decreases cooldown." So you get like one really good flare instead of a million shitty ones. Slow duration replaced with mana regen. That's sick. Power cogs hits to kill replaced with 10-second hookshot cooldown. Debuff immunity inside power cogs replaced with 3 rocket flare charges. What? That's kind of cool. If you hug the clock, you can walk out of them. If he walks out of them, you can also walk out of them. A portion... So they stuck all the facets on the innates, it looks like. A portion of the... Wait, what is his? Outcoming... Damn, okay. Alright, so he has Chainmail and the innate. He lost Big Cogs. Portion of the mana crystal maiden spends on her abilities to convert it into a physical barrier for 8 seconds. Barrier stack, but each instance has an independent duration. I need to eat something. So everything gives her a physical barrier. All of her spells. Solar Guardian makes it daytime. Alright, what do they do to Dazzle? Now it's 1 armor per stack. Duration is whack. Applying a stack of weave on an ally heals them for 60 per stack of weave, including the stack that was just applied. That's cool. Disruptor gets fence and the ring. They really want to push fence. It's like, depending on the terrain, fence is actually good. It's just not better than the ring. The ring is more reliable, and you were giving up too much by taking the fence, but the fence was actually good if used correctly. Yeah. So I think this is a nice way of doing it. Just give him both. Fuck it. That's pretty cool. Can I control F and say now? Because that would simplify this a lot. All of his abilities do the ink trail, not just the right clicks. And his illusions, and the dark portrait. Now takes less damage from enemies affected by ink trail. Dude, that's crazy. 5% level 1. You just take 5% less damage if you right click them first. Tank stroke. Dude, yeah. Stroke of Fate can now be put on alt cast to send the stroke straight. Hold on. Do I get to play this hero more now? I actually have to demo this right now. That was a fast patch. Wonder what they broke. All right. That still does that.
Effortlessly.
Prepare for battle.
Oh! Oh! Bro! We can play Grimstroke again! Holy shit! That was the reason I wasn't playing him. That's sick as hell. The curve was cool, but the problem with the curve was that it took longer to cast. So it was harder to react to things or do things quickly because you had to double target everything. Cast range rescaled from Hoodwink's attack range plus 100 to 6. Okay, as a result, cast range increased from 675 to 675 to 750. Oh, interesting. Bushwhack cast range increased. Yo, it's going to be easier to do that combo. Yeah, what did they do to Bane? Every time Bane kills an enemy hero or they die under the effect of any debuff applied by Bane, they receive a terror for the rest of the game. Each terror stack decreases the enemy's status resistance to all Bane's debuffs by 5%. Fucking what? That's crazy! That's gonna get nerfed. Nightmare. Now a unit vector target spell. Okay, so he always sleepwalks. Sleeping units walk in Bane's chosen direction at a speed of 110. Can be put on all casts to disable sleepwalking behavior. Oh. Oh. Wow. Wow. So, did you watch Dubu's Bane guide? Because he literally said, you pick the facet of Bane based on how quickly you need to nightmare someone. If you needed to nightmare them quickly, you took the attack speed one. And if you could afford to like set it up, you took sleepwalk. Now you get both. Summon raptors. Oh, dude, look at this. Big game hunter. Receives 15% more kill and assist gold if the dying enemy hero is big game. An enemy hero is considered big game if they are one of the top 3 net worth heroes on the enemy team. These heroes will have a debuff that points out that they're among these 3 heroes. Debuff is visible only to Bounty Hunter and his allies. That's fucking cool. Shadow Walk gives move speed. Track doesn't give move speed. Okay. That's fair. That's pretty sick. We might play some Bounty Hunter. What did they do to Centaur? Removed Rawhide innate ability. That was the bonus health. New innate ability. Called Horsepower. Centaur gains 30% of his strength as bonus move speed. This movement speed does not stack with bonuses from boots. So he just has horsepower all the time. Okay, please stop playing Bane. I feel like it would be nice if, as well, they gave a penalty to bottom 2 to punish you for picking on a pos 5. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. That's kind of Bounty Hunter's job, is to pick on the poor heroes, right? Can be activated by for health cost. Applies basic dispel to Huskar, then after a delay, heals for the amount of health consumed. Oh my god, they put Berserker's Blood on a shard. Jakiro, what did they do? So now he gets attack damage reduction per level. Attack damage reduction. Right? Liquid Fire now has a 20 mana cost. Ag Shard now also reduces mana cost to 0. Liquid Frost has 20 mana cost. Okay? Ice Path damage increased. Dual Breath cooldown reduction. So Liquid Fire is pretty bad now. They have nerfed this fucking spell so many times, dude. It only does 15 damage, and now it costs mana. Holy shit. I'm not even gonna read, Kaz. I don't care. Alright. Honestly, as much as I liked using it, I'm glad it got nerfed. I mean, Jakiro is my most played hero, and I find it annoying that one specific way of playing him, which is how I used to like to play him, and everybody told me I was wrong, became the only way to play him, and the way that I like to play him originally got nerfed into the fucking ground because everyone did it. Because I used to be like, yeah, I'm gonna max Liquid Fire and harass the shit out of people. I think it's good. I would max different fucking spells, like, every game, just depending on what we needed, you know? Largo, bonus duration, changed from 10 plus 1% per level up to, oh, 10 plus 1 per level, up to 9 plus 1 per level. Effective values are not changed. How is 10 plus 1 the same as 9 plus 1? Catchy Lick now can lick runes to pull them. Rune licking refunds spent mana. That's what I wanted. Health duration decrease, bonus health regen is now also provided if the target is killed by Catchy Lick. Buffs all around, baby! Ag Scepter no longer adds damage to double strumming. Huh? Bull Belly Blitz, that's damage. Now also deals 20, 30, 40 magic damage by default. Now upgraded with Ag Scepter. Increases magic damage by 6, 12, 18 per Grooven stack when this song is used in double strumming. Move speed decreased. Slow resistance decreased. I mean, that's fair. Croak of Genius reduced by 1. Rhapsody effects 5%. Well, I mean, they're buffing aspects of him and then nerfing the shit out of the primary thing that made him broken, right?
Prepare for battle.
I mean, this is pretty bad. So, by the way, just so you know, we hit that in 2 strums with the old axe, right? So, let's see. That's 1 strum. 2 strums. It took us all the way. It took us 4 to get there. So it's half as much damage without the Ags. And then with the Ags. Largo can play 2 songs per beat by strumming them both at the same time. Deals additional 18 magic damage per groove and stack when the song is used in double strumming. When this song is used in double strumming. So now he only deals damage if he does the Q. And it's still per stack. And now it's 18 per stack instead of what it was before, which was what, 30 per stack? It was 30 per stack, right? Dude, this is giga nerfed. Giga nerfed. It's still, it's not bad, but 18, what is this? 40 plus 18 per stack. So 18 times 5
Is under attack.
plus 40. So now it does 130 damage per strum. It used to be 150, so that's a 20 damage nerf. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely a nerf. It's probably warranted. The old Ags was like having two Leshrac ults going at once. Yeah, it was 150 damage. It was more, it was like more than twice a Radiance. It was crazy. Like how much damage that fucking thing did. It needed to be nerfed, but the problem with like Largo fucking sucked until he got his Ags, and so now he can actually do some damage. I think it's a good change. It's a good way to change it. Just give him damage by default and just make the damage less. That's how you should do things. Okay. Her shard gives her her old facet. Okay. Her scepter makes press the attack AoE. Ag scepter upgrade reworked. When she wins a duel, it's automatically triggered around her. That's the old facet. Lich, base mana regen decreased to -1. And int gain decreased from 3.8 to 3. Decreased. Okay. Removed death charge innate. Sacrifice. New innate ability active. Lich can instantly kill an allied creep to gain mana relative to its current health and gain experience bounty for it. Health 2 mana, 42 to 3. Oh my god. So Lich just eats creeps now. And he has his pull. Alright. Hang on. So we're definitely going to be playing some Lich. Yeah, we're going to be playing Lich. We're going to be playing Clockwork. Clockwork goes way up. Hoodwink got buffed. I think Largo is still playable. This is crazy. Oh, thank God they changed it to a guaranteed after 4 hits. I hated it when some Legion just sits there chain proccing lifesteal. Oh, they made it like Slardar Bash. Okay. Will not activate unless Legion Commander is both attacking and being attacked. Until this requirement is met, the prepared state is kept indefinitely. That's cool. You can proc it, you can like build it up and then go in and duel someone. This ability starts on extended cooldown. Oh, it's 120-second cooldown. And with no charges, making the first cast possible only at 2-minute mark. Sacrifice creeps count as denies, providing experience to enemy heroes. Lich's experience gain is independent from experience enemies gain. So you can't just ruin mid lane immediately. Frost Shield duration replaced with 2 Frost Shield charges. That's cool. Incremental damage replaced with Chain Frost unlimited bounces. I mean, everybody likes that. They like Chain Frost on death and they like unlimited bounces, even though it's stupid. We like it. But 2 Frost Shield charges is pretty cool. I feel like you still take Chain Frost on death. That's a hard ask. That's definitely a hard ask. Oh, Christ. Alright, what did they do to Lion? Helen back. Killing or assisting in a hero kill provides Lion with 20% debuff duration while that hero is dead. Oh, instead of him dying. Whenever Lion respawns or resurrects, he gains 20% spell amp for 90 seconds or until he gets a kill or assist. So he has debuff amp when you're dead. He has spell amp after he dies. Okay. Cooldown decreased 110 to 30. Damage per kill decreased. Now has empowered melee attacks after the cast by default. After using Finger of Death, Lion's Hand becomes empowered, turning into melee hero 250 range at 30 bonus move speed. These melee attacks at 25% cleave and deal 20, 30, 40 bonus damage, which increases with each Finger of Death kill. Enemy heroes that die within 3 seconds after getting hit with these melee attacks or from them. I don't know what that means. Probably means cleave. Also provide bonus per kill damage. Melee form duration 20 seconds. Ability can be toggled with right click to disable the melee form. Sweet. I guess in like high ground situations you might want that. That's a tough call though. But that's another thing that they put a facet as an alt behavior. Leave area is a cone with 150 width that increases up to 350 at 650 distance. Cone with 150 width that increases up to 350 at 650 distance. So he has like a giant cleave. Axe Scepter now also increases melee cleave from 25 to 50% and duration 20 to 30. Axe Scepter no longer decreases cooldown. So this does bonus.
Hell's fury burns.
Finger of Death gains area of effect damage on the initial cast and increases duration and cleave damage on its subsequent melee attacks. Damn. Okay, they're really leaning into this. Crazy. I'm so glad he kept Punch Man mode. It was the only fun thing he had. Midline, my beloved. I've been playing it, and I don't know. I'm honestly not sure if it's any good. I feel like the other facet was better, but whatever. All right. Do we care about any other heroes? I can't keep up with all this shit. I'm just going to assume that their facets still exist in some way or another. Maybe Oracle. Oracle now also predicts Roshan's exact respawn timer. So he tells you runes and Rosh. Diviner's deck has to be like granted by it. Oracle receives tarot card buff now and every 90 seconds. This buff is undispellable and lasts until the next one replaces it. Oracle knows which buff will be next. Death, 100% or 40% spell amp. The Fool, 100% gold gain. The World, 150 intelligence. Lovers, 40% heal amp. Wow, these are crazy. The Tower, gaining all damage barrier, which returns after not taking damage for 7 seconds. These are fucking... Look at this. This is cool. Me stacking every camp in sight because I predict the Fool is coming up next. Yeah, I guess so, right? That's cool. So does TA not know where Roche is now? After remaining stationary for 0.5 seconds, Templar Assassin begins meditating, gaining bonus health regen and mana regen. Bonuses linearly increase from 0 up to their max, which is reached after 2.05 seconds to 0.05 seconds per level. Moving from the current position or taking damage from an enemy resets regen bonuses. Max health regen, blah, 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 blah. Oh, so she can just fucking Master Yi Wuju style and fucking heal. That's cool. Remove Blubber innate ability. This is his new one. Leviathan's Catch. New innate ability passive. Whenever an enemy hero dies while affected by Tidehunter's debuff or is killed by him, they drop a fish. Tidehunter can eat the fish to grow in size and permanently gain 3 max health, 2 attack range, and 1 bonus damage block. That sounds terrible. Tidehunter automatically eats a fish on every level up. Wow. Bonus damage block is only applied if there's a source of damage block being applied to an incoming physical attack. Okay. The fish flies 400 units towards Tidehunter upon spawning, stays in the world indefinitely, and can be destroyed by an attack from Tidehunter's enemies. Weird. Very weird. But it's cool that he gets it on level up. I really like the gyro buff. Now he gets movement speed for every instance of damage, not just rocket barrage. Yeah, that's going to be crazy. He's going to flak cannon and just zoom off your screen. And they got rid of Chop Chop, which is good. Whenever a generator gains one move speed per hero and 0.5 per creep, duration is 3.9 plus 0.1 per level. Each effect stack independently. Ag Scepter moved into a separate ability. Side Gunner, new ability granted by Ag Scepter, effect is unchanged. Oh, all right, that's cool. So let's see. I want to see if the tooltip tells us how much move speed you have.
Got it oiled up and loaded. Deploying. Trajectory confirmed. Come on. Repositioning.
Isn't it supposed to be per level? Oh, duration 6.9.
Speak up. Rotating.
You can barely even feel this, dude.
Maneuvering.
It's really not that much move speed. I guess if you have percent bonuses, though, it could get kind of crazy, right? Like a Yasha, or like Sanjin Yasha or something. Sure, Sanjin Yasha.
What's that? There goes. Quit your mumbling.
Yeah,
What's that?
seems okay.
I think I swallowed a bug.
Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool.
My gear. Closing in.
So you don't get bounced on the inside, but I could do this and then knock it back into you? Nope. Can't do that. Alright. Well, it is cool that I can walk out of it and you can kind of like try and follow me a little bit, right? Though I feel like that's going to be really hard to actually do. And it seems like you kind of always get bounced on the way out. How come he's not getting hit on the way out anymore? Now he's getting hit. What the fuck? That's like an incredibly short timing.
The trap is sprung. I'm under attack. The turtle wins the race. Hey, watch it. Cozy in here, isn't it? Prepare for repair. Yeah.
Sometimes you just bounce out, and sometimes you get hit by a cog on the way out. And sometimes you get stuck inside. Alright, well, I'm definitely playing Clockwork now. That's very weird how it only fries you sometimes on the way out.
Turbulent.
I don't know, man. Very strange. Alright, let's call the recording there. Thank you for watching.